Hello, very good day to you. Now, as we go through this afternoon, many places are going to stick with the largely fine weather, but not everywhere. We've already seen some rain push into parts of eastern England this morning, and there is a swathe of cloud out to the west of us. That's because there's a front here that is gradually going to make its way eastwards as we go through the next 24 hours or so. But like I say, most places holding on to the fine weather. There's been a lot of dry, fine weather for most of us through this morning, albeit the sunshine in many places has been a little bit hazy. And like I say, we've had some rain feeding into parts of eastern England, across parts of Lincolnshire and into East Anglia. That rain is going to continue its way a little bit further southwards as we go through this afternoon. So some of it pushing across, well, more southern parts of East Anglia, perhaps even affecting London and then feeding into parts of East Sussex and Kent. And there could be a few outbreaks of rain perhaps for parts of the East Midlands at times too, and a few showers dotted around across parts of northern England, maybe into the borders areas of Scotland as well. But most places, like I say, staying largely dry. There will be a fair amount of cloud around, perhaps a bit more sunshine towards some western coast, so western parts of northern England, coastal parts of Wales, and particularly around Cornwall, some decent sunshine here. Even western Scotland seeing some decent sunny breaks, and elsewhere there probably will be some brighter breaks breaking through. And if you get any of the sunshine or any of that brightness, well, it's not going to feel too bad at all. Temperatures near normal for the time of year, peaking in the low to perhaps mid-20s across many parts towards the south. High teens or low 20s further north. Just worth bearing in mind where we get that thicker cloud and the outbreaks of rain across eastern parts of England, it is going to feel a fair bit fresher here. Later on, more wet weather across parts of the southeast for a little while yet, but it's just going to be a bit damp really as we go through the evening, and that rain should then clear away. A few showery bursts still possible elsewhere, but on the whole it's largely dry for most, away from the northwest, because that front that I mentioned at the start, it is going to push its way in across parts of Northern Ireland, western and northern Scotland as we go through the early hours of Friday morning. Elsewhere across many parts of England and Wales, a dry picture with some clear skies, but as a result we could see a few pockets of mist and fog developing. None of these look particularly thick. But as we look at our temperatures, well, it's not turning particularly fresh. Temperatures for many of us holding up in the mid-teens Celsius, a few places getting close to single digits perhaps in a few spots. Then as we go through tomorrow, a bright sunny picture across much of England and Wales. Any mist and fog, that will quickly burn away. And for particularly parts of the east-southeast, a much sunnier, drier picture than we're seeing today, albeit there could be a couple of showery bursts developing by the time that we get to the afternoon. Further north and west, that front will gradually make its way southeastwards, but it's not particularly intense, and the rain's breaking up as it goes. So it's going to bring a bit more cloud across parts of, well, through Scotland through the morning, and then across parts of northwest England and into Wales, and maybe parts of Cornwall as we go into the afternoon. And there will be a little bit of rain, but like I say, nothing especially heavy. Something a bit brighter developing across parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland once that front has pushed its way in. A few showers mixed in with this towards coastal parts as well. Temperatures for many tomorrow are going to be a few degrees higher than today, perhaps most noticeable across parts of the east of England because of the fact that there'll be more sunshine around as well. But we're looking at highs of around 26, 27, possibly 28 Celsius. So feeling relatively hot for some of us if you get any of the decent sunshine. Even further north, most places will be getting into the low 20s Celsius. Then as we go into the weekend, and it's a bit of a mixed picture really. I think we will see some further wet weather towards the northwest, and there's the potential that we could see some rain which could be heavy across parts of the southeast, but some question marks as to exactly how much rain we see across southeastern parts in particular. Elsewhere, a few showers are possible, and you can't rule out a bit of thunder mixed in with these, but there should also be some bright and sunny breaks for most of us, and with temperatures near normal, albeit a degree or so down compared to Friday, it's going to feel pretty warm for most, and it's generally light winds just towards the north. There's a bit more of a breeze. If you want more information about what we can expect through this weekend, well, make sure you check out the weekend weather forecast, which will be available with Alex Deacon on our YouTube channel later on this afternoon. You can also catch it on Spotify. See you later.